So I have always been a huge Jane Davenport fan. I have taken a lot of her online classes. I've done an in-person workshop with her at Donna Downey Studios a couple years ago. Love me some Jane. So I was super excited to try out some of her new products that are on the market. I was only able to afford one this time go around, but these are the ones I really am most excited about, which are her Mermaid Markers. I know for a long time she has been filling regular aqua markers with like Dynaflow. That's like one of her signature ways that she works. So I wanted to give these a shot and do a little online review for you. So in case you're on the fence, you can decide if you want to use them yourself or not. I have, let's see, it looks like this. There's 12 in a case. The first thing I noticed, which I'm not actually too happy about, is that these are filled to all different levels in here. Obviously they're pre-filled, I'm sure, by a machine. But in some of these, the ink goes all the way up to a line, and some of them it's like all the way down here, which I gotta say, that's kind of not cool, if you ask me, which nobody did, but I'm not excited about that. Other than that, I'm very happy to have these open. All right, so it comes in this package. There don't appear to be any directions or anything. It just says, dive into the ocean of your imagination with the free-spirited Jane Davenport Mermaid Markers. These pre-filled watercolor brush pens are the perfect travel companions while on the go. And I have to say I, for the most part, agree with that. All right, so, oh, no, there are directions. My bad. I haven't even opened this up yet. So that was the case. I'm kind of I use all my products, so I immediately dump them all out. It says they're filled with a vibrant dye-based, non-light fast, which kind of stinks actually, because that means they will totally fade over time. But they are water soluble and they are filled with ink. Water soluble ink, which means they're like watercolors, so you can keep activating them over and over with water. Once empty, it just says fill and use them as a water brush. There you go. So it's pretty straightforward when you, let's see, so here's the colors. There's 12 colors. So you get kind of 2 pinks, 2 peaches. Maybe this is a flash. I'm going to do a color demo right now. So I'll just go through these one by one. They come with this, like a little stopper here, so it can't, come out in the packaging. So first you remove the top, and then I'm going to assume that I unscrew this and remove this little doohickey that keeps it from the ink from flowing out. All right, I'm going to screw this back on. This is like hard as a rock, so I'm just going to put that in water to kind of soften it up. All right, now I just push. There's a little thing that says push here. So I'm going to do just that. These are my favorite water brushes while I squeeze out these Pentel water brushes. I know these are the ones that Jane uses too, but all right, let's see. I'm squishing, I'm squishing, I'm squishing, I'm squishing. Oh, here it comes. I just squish, I don't know, 6 times, I guess. Get that out. All right, so this is, I don't know what color this is. Oh, coral, okay. So right away, whoa, you can't even see that. Right away, I noticed this is, yeah, vibrant and juicy. So that's pretty exciting. Let's see. So this is coral. So I'm going to test all these colors out one by one, and then I'm going to play around and see what they do. Here's a little color swatch of all her colors. Of course, they're all cleverly named after, you know, sea themed, since this are the mermaid. This is our mermaid markers here. So we have coral, which is a beautiful coral color, shocking. Pirate's gold, which almost reminds me of like a quinacridone gold. Beach is sort of looks peachy to me. Reef is a gorgeous sort of umber. Jellyfish is sort of like a violet. Starfish reminds me very much of like a watercolor opera pink. It's much more, it's gorgeous. It's pinker than it is showing up on film. Lobster is a great red. Deep Sea is a fantastic purple. Over here we have Blue Bottle, which is like a nice cerulean blue. Byron Bay, I'm sure Jane named it after her. It's where she lives, Byron Bay, Australia. Which is gorgeous teal color. Siren is like almost like a Kelly green, and Seaweed is like it's sort of the same shade, only a little bit lighter. So those are all the colors we have. Now I'm going to play with them and see what they do. And the only thing I noticed when I was opening is that some of these took like quite a lot of squeezing to get started, and some I squeezed once and it exploded everywhere. So just know that when you open the package, just be a little bit careful. Everyone is sort of behaving differently. Alright, so most of these have dried, so my first test is to see if I can reactivate these after they've dried. So how much do they behave like watercolors and how much do they not? So I'm just going to add some water, and sure enough, they are activating when I add the water. Now there's a stain, it's not activating 1000%, but it is, and I don't know if the darker ones are going to behave differently or not. So yeah, they are reactivating-able. They are able to be reactivated. You can see my reef kind of exploded everywhere when I opened it. But the color selections are gorgeous. Again, they're not light fast, so they will fade, so don't do your fine artwork with these because they will not last. However, you can go to town and have fun. I'm a little bummed there's no like skin color per se, because I'm a lazy artist and I like to have my colors from a tube. But these are fantastic color swatches for sure. And let's see how they behave when I was just doodling around the other day. Got a new light table that I was playing with. Let's see how they pan out here. So this is the Blue Bottle. If you guys work with water brushes, which I do all the time, it comes to a nice fine tip. It doesn't come to like this single hair tip, like the aqua brushes do, the Pentel, but it does, you can get very fine with these. And it goes on very smoothly. These are, in fact, be awesome to travel with. They're behaving awesome on this watercolor paper, as I knew they would. Let's see how they layer up. So those are her pants. Give them a second to dry. And I'll put another layer on there. Again, you just give them a little squeeze in the push area, and out comes the ink. It's a bummer they don't sell refills. I wonder if she will do that at some point, or if American Craft will do that. Because if you run out of one color, I have a feeling I'm going to be using this pink quite a lot, then you're kind of just done. In order to get more, you'll have to buy a whole nother new set, which is kind of a bummer. So I wonder if they'll start selling them individually at some point. So let's see, I wonder if I add another color, how to go. Yeah, I mean, they seem to work very nicely. Again, I don't know for a skin color. I mean, I'm white, so I generally draw my girls white, but you could, I guess what you could do is like put your shadows in. And then maybe activate it on the rest to get like a peach. Let's see what happens if I do that. So I'm just gonna add some water. Clean off my, this is just a water brush. Yeah, you could do that. That works. If you're going for like an African American skin tone or browner skin, you might be a little bit more hard pressed because all you have is that reef that's super dark, but let's give that one a shot. We'll try that one too. But that would be passable. You could do your darks in first and then add a little water. Let's see what happens if we wanted to get some cheeks in that coral gold. If I added a little water while it was still wet. So they're really used like watercolors, which is really cool, and it definitely helps set them apart. These apart. I really need a paper towel, but I don't have one. So it's sort of like having a super liquid watercolor again in a tube, which is super nifty. I wonder if I wouldn't be surprised if it came out of Jane's, you know, her all, like I was saying, she uses those Dynaflows inside her water brush markers all the time. So it was definitely, there's a hole in the market for a product just like that. So it was pretty genius of her to make that a thing, and a lot of people would definitely, myself included, appreciate having that as part of their repertoire. Oh my god, I need a big time paper towel. All right, so you can get some layers going on and some shading. You can layer them up just like you do with watercolors.